Ships. A ship is a large vessel designed to transport people or cargo across water. The earliest ships were built thousands of years ago by ancient civilizations such as the Egyptians, Phoenicians, and Greeks. They were made from wood and powered by oars or sails, allowing people to travel farther than ever before. Ships float because of buoyancy, a principle first explained by the Greek mathematician Archimedes over 2,200 years ago. A ship sinks into the water until it displaces enough water to equal its own weight. The upward force from the displaced water keeps the ship afloat. One surprising fact is that a modern cargo ship made from steel can weigh more than 200,000 tons and still float because its hollow hull displaces an enormous volume of water. Today, ships transport cargo, carry passengers, support offshore industries, conduct scientific research, and serve in navies around the world. Hull. The hull is the main body of a ship that provides buoyancy and supports every other component. Early ships had wooden hulls because timber was widely available and easy to shape. During the Industrial Revolution, shipbuilders began replacing wood with iron and eventually steel, making ships much larger and stronger. The hull is carefully designed to push through water while creating as little resistance as possible. Its curved shape reduces drag, improves stability, and allows the ship to carry heavy loads without losing efficiency. One surprising fact is that although steel is much denser than water, a steel ship floats because most of its hull is filled with air, making its overall average density lower than the water around it. Today, modern hulls are built from high-strength steel and coated with special paints that reduce corrosion and prevent marine organisms from attaching to the surface. Propulsion. Propulsion is the system that moves a ship through the water. For thousands of years, ships relied on sails that captured wind or oars powered by human rowers. Steam engines appeared during the 18th and 19th centuries, allowing ships to travel independently of the wind. Most modern ships use large diesel engines connected to propellers. As the propeller spins, its blades push water backward. According to Newton's third law of motion, pushing water backward pushes the ship forward. One surprising fact is that the world's largest container ships use engines that can produce more than 80,000 horsepower, making them some of the most powerful engines ever built. Today, ships are also being developed with liquefied natural gas, hybrid electric systems, and alternative fuels to improve fuel efficiency and reduce emissions. Propeller. The propeller is the device that converts engine power into forward movement. The first practical marine propellers were developed during the early 1800s as steam-powered ships became more common. Before that, most vessels relied on sails or paddle wheels to move across the water. A propeller works like a rotating wing. As its blades spin, they create a pressure difference that pushes water backward. This produces a forward force called thrust, moving the ship through the water. One surprising fact is that the propellers on the world's largest cargo ships can exceed 10 meters or 33 feet in diameter. Each blade can be taller than a two-story house and weigh several tons. Today, modern propellers are carefully designed using computer simulations to maximize efficiency, reduce fuel consumption, and minimize underwater noise. Rudder. The rudder is the flat steering surface located behind the propeller. Large rudders first appeared on Chinese ships more than 1,800 years ago before spreading to Europe during the Middle Ages. They gave sailors much greater control than earlier steering oars. The rudder works by redirecting the flow of water passing behind the ship. When it turns, the moving water pushes against one side of the rudder, causing the stern to move sideways and the bow to turn in the opposite direction. One surprising fact is that many large ships cannot make sharp turns. Some supertankers need several kilometers of open water to complete a full turn because of their enormous size and weight. Today, advanced ships use hydraulically powered rudders, controlled electronically from the bridge, allowing precise steering even under difficult conditions. Bridge. The bridge is the control center where the ship is navigated. In the early days of steamships, a raised platform connected the paddle wheel housings, allowing officers to see clearly in every direction. This elevated position eventually became known as the bridge. From the bridge, the captain and officers control the engines, steering, navigation systems, communication equipment, and safety systems. Large windows provide excellent visibility, while electronic displays show the ship's position, speed, weather, and nearby traffic. One surprising fact is that many modern cargo ships can travel across entire oceans with relatively small crews because computers automate many navigation and monitoring tasks. Today, bridges use GPS, radar, electronic charts, satellite communications, and automatic identification systems to safely guide ships around the world. Ballast tanks. Ballast tanks are compartments that hold seawater to keep a ship stable. As ships became larger during the 19th century, engineers needed a reliable way to maintain balance, whether a ship was fully loaded or completely empty. Ballast tanks solve this problem. Pumps fill or empty these tanks depending on the ship's cargo and sea conditions. Adding water lowers the ship's center of gravity, improving stability and reducing excessive rolling during rough weather. One surprising fact is that a large cargo ship can pump thousands of tons of seawater into or out of its ballast tanks during a single voyage to maintain proper balance. Today, modern ballast systems also include treatment equipment that helps prevent marine organisms from being transported between different oceans and ecosystems. Anchor. An anchor is a heavy metal device that prevents a ship from drifting. The earliest anchors were simple stones tied to ropes. Around 2,000 years ago, iron anchors with curved arms and flukes became common because they could grip the seabed much more effectively. An anchor works by digging its flukes into sand, mud, or gravel. As the ship pulls on the anchor chain, the anchor buries itself deeper, creating enough resistance to hold even a massive vessel in place. One surprising fact is that the anchor itself does not do all the work. Much of the holding power comes from the heavy anchor chain lying along the seabed, which keeps the pulling force low enough for the anchor to stay buried. Today, cargo ships, cruise ships, and naval vessels still rely on anchors whenever they must remain stationary without using their engines. Navigation. Navigation is the process of determining a ship's position and planning a safe route. Early sailors navigated by observing the sun, stars, coastlines, and ocean currents. During the 18th century, accurate marine chronometers allowed navigators to calculate longitude, making long-distance sea travel much safer. Modern ships use the Global Positioning System, or GPS, which determines position using signals from satellites orbiting Earth, radar, electronic charts, sonar, and the Automatic Identification System, or AIS, also help crews avoid collisions and navigate safely. One surprising fact is that modern navigation systems can determine a ship's position within just a few meters almost anywhere on Earth. Today, satellite navigation allows thousands of commercial ships to travel safely across the world's oceans every day. Safety systems protect the ship, its crew, and its passengers during emergencies. As ships became larger during the 20th century, international safety standards became much stricter following several major maritime disasters. New regulations required better fire protection, emergency equipment, and evacuation procedures. Modern ships are equipped with fire detection systems, automatic sprinklers, watertight compartments, emergency generators, lifeboats, life rafts, and emergency radio beacons. Watertight compartments are sealed sections inside the hull that limit flooding if the ship is damaged. One surprising fact is that many large ships can remain afloat even after several watertight compartments have filled with water because the remaining compartments continue providing buoyancy. Today, international safety regulations require commercial ships to undergo regular inspections and emergency drills before carrying cargo or passengers. Modern ships are among the largest and most efficient machines ever built. From ancient wooden sailing vessels to today's steel-powered giants, ships have evolved through centuries of engineering and innovation. Every major system, including the hull, engines, propellers, rudders, ballast tanks, navigation equipment, and safety systems, works together to move enormous amounts of cargo safely across the world's oceans. One surprising fact is that a single ultra-large container ship can transport more than 24,000 shipping containers in one voyage, carrying products used by millions of people around the world. Today, ships move around 80% of global trade by volume, making them one of the most important parts of the world's transportation network and the global economy.